Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me here today on this channel, Blossoming Souls. This channel was created for you with love and light and truth. It is your safe space to come. Time for you to relax, unwind, and to listen to what truth Spirit has to say through me, delivered with love to you. I always strive to keep this channel safe for you and safe for all of us. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I do messages every Sunday, Sacred Sunday messages, and I am thrilled and honored to be here with you, as always. Look forward to every Sunday being with you. For those of you who know this channel, you know I like to do my messages. I like to open up with a sacred space by giving to ourselves this time, this space, and clearing the energy that needs to be cleared in order for us to open up to our truths, to the truth of what it is that Spirit wants us to hear today. And so, take a moment to find a comfortable position, however that is, lying, standing, sitting, and take a moment to breathe and gather whatever it is that you like to have with you when you take these moments to yourself. A cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a nice warm fuzzy pair of socks, whatever it is. Relax and be good to you in these moments. No deadlines, no crucial tasks that you have to do in this moment. It's your time. Enjoy. As I talk you through this relaxation moment, technique, whatever you want to call it, bear in mind that these messages are all inclusive. They are general messages that pieces and parts of it may apply to you, and the other parts that don't, let them be. But I do believe if you're here, it's because you're called to be here. You're nudged to be here, to hear something in this message that you need to hear, that your soul has been trying to tell you. And so, before we get into everything, let's do the tuning fork. Close your eyes, relax, and breathe, and listen as I say our little sacred space message before we get into the messages. I'm going to sound the tuning fork 3 times. As you relax into the beautiful tone of this tuning fork, know that you are safe. Know that you are loved, and know that you are worthy of all that is to be the best it can be in your life. And know that the energy is clearing now in order for you to see, feel, hear, or touch something that is relevant to your path right now. One more, in closing this sacred space moment. Breathing in and out, enjoying this moment, feeling into the relaxation of beautiful you, of whatever it is that your voice wants to tell you, tuning into the energy of your guides, and being in that moment, the special moment just for you. Imagine a garden lush with green, sprinkled with colors of the flowers, the blue sky, the tranquility that comes over you as you relax into this moment just for you, this special gift for you. And as you breathe, know that with every breath, you are precious, you are loved, you are unique, you are worthy of all that is good and love and light. As we begin these messages from Spirit, I want to say that before I started this today, I was meditating, I was praying, and I was hearing the word Groundhog's Day. Now, the first thing that popped in was that movie with Bill Murray and Andie MacDowell. And I kept feeling into that, and couldn't help but wonder if that meant something is repeating. And if you remember in the movie, Bill Murray, his character didn't know how to end that cycle. And it kept going, repeating every time he woke up. It was the same thing over and over and over again. And so the other thing is, of course, I was thinking of Groundhog's Day when they judge how much longer of winter we have by seeing or not seeing the groundhog's shadow. I do think this time they saw the groundhog's shadow. I don't remember. But I do feel that this Groundhog's Day has a lot to do with cyclical things in our past. And all things do come to an end. And when we finally realize that we've been in a pattern that maybe wasn't so good for us, or something that we just felt we had no way out or we couldn't see our way through, Spirit says, you will. And it will come to you. Because it feels like whatever this message brings, it brings with it an ending to something. This energy, this tuning fork, all of it is triggering something within you, within your timeline. And I like to ask for what's coming in the next few weeks. And I know that there is a new moon. I think I really should understand that better because I'm not certain when the new moon is. But I know that I feel like the new moon is at the end of this month. And the full moon is maybe coming up soon. But to me, it feels very much like an opportunity to connect with those energies. And it feels very much like we are at the helm now, knowing how to move through the cycle of ending and beginning. Okay, let's see here. I just want to verify. The new moon in March will occur on Saturday, March 29th, okay? And I am getting new moon energy here. So it does feel as if something is wrapping up and something new is getting ready. It's like, I don't know why, but I saw this marching band just now as I said that. This marching, it's like everybody's waiting, anticipatory energy for that notification that it's time to go. Yep, let's start this march. Let's go. I grew up in Michigan, and every year they had the Tulip Time Festival. And I used to love it, and I used to be mesmerized by the baton twirlers. And as everybody would anxiously wait for this parade to start, I would just be antsy as a kid, waiting for these baton twirlers and their cool costumes and the way everybody, just the merriment of the festival. It was just this excitement that I would get so excited and I wouldn't know what to do with my energy. And so when their music started or the drums started, I would jump up and down because it was just so exciting to me. And also, I liked moving to the rhythm of the music. So, anyways, let's see what Spirit has in store for us with this message and this vision that I saw. I feel like I want to use the Sacred Traveler cards this morning. And I do feel that the Sacred Destiny cards will be used as well. And I feel like this energy I just heard traveling through. Okay? Spirit says, even though our paths seem long and chapters seem to go on forever, the energy is passing through. The timeline is passing through. It's wrapping up. It's time for that chapter to close. And I know some of you have been hearing this for years and probably months, maybe weeks. But chapters aren't just the current event that you're going through that are wrapping up or beginning. Chapters involve a lot of things. If you ever read a book or you read things, there's so much involved in the information you're reading. You've got the prefix, the beginning, it's setting you up with all the characters. The middle, where the plot thickens and thickens and thickens, and then you've got the end, right? Where it has to end, because it's a book. And so it is with our lives, our paths, our journeys. What do you have to say, Spirit? Because I want to know. We want to know. And what's interesting is on this path, we tend to want to know what's around the corner. We want to know everything now so we can see and prepare and plan. And so maybe we can have some restoration of hope that this chapter will end. Okay? Thank you. And so, yes. So I did get 3 cards. I put the first 2 aside. I want to show you this one first. Stepping into power. You're strong beyond measure. And Spirit says this path, this journey, this arduous, sometimes moment by moment steps, carefully moving along this path. It's all leading you to these moments in these next few weeks, by the end of this month, to really step into your own uniqueness. Some people don't like the word power, but I'm going to use it here because power is representative of your own strength overall. Body, mind, spirit, as above, so below. This treacherous or sometimes mysterious journey that you've been on has only strengthened you. And I'm feeling this sort of tightness in my throat because I know that this message is very important, that these words are needed. I could feel someone's strength in their voice. Your voice is returning to you, is what I'm hearing. For some of you, you might know what that means. I feel like some of you may have even taken some break from a role that you were in. Maybe you were a performer. Maybe you were something where you use your voice to affect people. Whatever happened with that, it's coming back stronger than ever. That voice, that presence, that this is a notification. You're on notice, says Spirit, that you by the end of March and into April, your voice is becoming the voice of something, known as the voice. Okay, that's what I'm hearing for some of you. And it feels like a small amount of you in this case. But I feel that for those of you whose voice is coming back stronger, you might be in the public. It might be on a online platform. It could be stepping out into your, to honor yourself. And for those of you who are not in the forefront, speaking your voice, literally, you will be emitting a self-confidence that you've never had before. Because your soul is saying, what do you think? You were just put here to look pretty? No. You are here for a reason. It's time to step into that power, to answer that call, to put aside whatever blocks were holding you back, to move forward in that beautiful space, in that timeline that is yours, that path that is yours. I feel like a lot of you have had some solitude where you were kind of out of the, maybe some of you were laying low, ducking out of the way. Maybe some of you were just taking that much needed time to really calibrate your energy, like the Christ-like energy. And it feels like whatever this is, yeah, peace came for you. Peace has been here for you finally, right? This is what I'm hearing. There is a need for a break from something. And I feel a lot of you have been burning the candle at both ends, so to speak. You've been busy. But Spirit says it's time to give your body a rest, because your mind, your soul needs to speak to you and tell you something. Your body, mind, spirit needs to align, because there's something in the works that I'm seeing a track, like a track, where people run. I'm seeing a track. And like I said, I saw that that parade where the marching band was anxiously awaiting the green light to do their part in the parade, to start on that path. And so Spirit says this moment of solitude that you may have been having for a long time, it's almost time to wake up. With all the knowledge and experience that you've gained on this path, this journey, there's a new light, a lighter energy, a lighter, almost like a light that comes on, where you suddenly realize, why didn't I see things this way before? Why do I feel so much different? Why do I feel different? And I'm not saying it's different as in, how do I say this? I'm saying it's different as in the energy and how you think and how you feel, how you view things, how you view yourself as someone who makes decisions, someone who is knowledgeable in whatever it is you need to be knowledgeable in order to succeed on your journey. And Spirit is saying in those moments, whether you've had them or they're coming, grace and joy fill your life, fill those moments that haven't felt fulfilled in a long time. And so in this time that's coming, or if you're going through it now in these moments of solitude where you crave time for yourself, Spirit says, through grace, through gratitude, joy expands. I feel like a lot of you are sort of turning around. You're on that, at the gate, where the gate is about to open, but you're having one last look to make sure that you see everything and you appreciate everything that you've gone through, and you leave those experiences behind, and you only take the grace, the gratitude, the thankfulness for being a part of an experience that has brought you to this new energy in your life. It does feel emotional. It also feels like a sigh of relief. It feels very like you're leaving a non-committal energy in the past and you're moving into the more committed energy. Committed in whatever way that applies to you. For some of you, it could be you couldn't decide, you were wavering on whether or not a situation, a relationship, a career is worth it. And I feel like, as in cooking, a sifter or a strainer where you boil the water for your pasta or whatever, and then you sift the water out of it and leave the pasta, right? And so it feels like you are sort of like sifting out what doesn't belong anymore. It served its purpose. And you're taking with you what is needed and what is, you're taking with you the gratitude, the lessons you've learned, the life experiences. You're taking with you the goodness that will satiate you. And so Spirit says you're sort of on this, you're not sort of, you're on this at the entrance to this new path, okay? It's coming. And the energy that comes with that, to kind of make sure that this transition, this opening to this new chapter, this new venture is blessed and safe for you to move forward. It feels like Spirit is saying, your path is never ending. Don't think that just because this past chapter has served its purpose, that, well, I think what Spirit is trying to say is that path, you can't see beyond the end of this path here, right? Because that's your journey continuing on. You don't need to be concerned with the next chapter. You need to be focused on this one, the one that's opening up for you, okay? Some of us like to jump ahead, and I'm guilty of, when I get into a good book, sometimes in the past I've gone to the last chapters to see how, what characters are left. And I'm always trying to satisfy my curiosity because I needed to know ahead of time. But then I miss all the good stuff in between, right? So Spirit is saying you miss all the good stuff in between if you're only focused on just one thing and you're looking to this or that. And Spirit says there's so much that goes with it, right? And so Spirit says choose your path, right? Because some of you are at a crossroads. We all make decisions every day. Do I take this route to work today or that route to work today? Do I buy this, I don't know, bread rather than that bread today? Do I, whatever. We're filled with decisions every day, right? We always have those. But Spirit is saying all that was and is left behind helps you to choose your path now. So there is a decision that some of you have to make, right? I feel like all of us have to make a decision on something. But Spirit is saying, look at you. You're armed. You're ready. You're armed with that beautiful, sacred, energetic sword of experience. You know where your boundaries are. You know where your strength is. You know that moving forward, as long as you are in your truth, you are protected. You are safe. You are secure. And as I see this beautiful card and picture and see this person standing so assuredly looking out into the sky, into the mountains, and he's not concerned because he knows he's got this. And so Spirit says, expect miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Because on this path, what he's not seeing is how far the path goes beyond those mountains. He's not seeing what's in between. He's not seeing what might come up in between this, where he is now and past the mountains. He is not seeing the opportunities that are there for him yet, because he's gearing up for this journey, just like any journey, preparing for it. He's armed with everything he needs. When I was a young mother, well, I'm still young, but we would take our kids every year to Florida, to Disney, because I worked for ESPN, who was the parent company was Disney. And so we would get free passes, free entrance into the parks, free parking, all of it, right? It was a very nice perk. And when I would take the kids every year, when we would take the kids every year to Florida, to Disney, or we would always add another theme park in there, SeaWorld or Universal or one of those, right? The kids were excited about the journey there. And I would try to keep them interested in, because we would drive, we wouldn't fly, we would drive every year. It was a long journey. And so I would find creative ways to keep them interested. And so our path down from Connecticut to Florida, I would always try to find little things along the way to keep them interested in the journey. And so Spirit is saying, don't just focus on the beginning and ending. There's so much goodness in between. And these miracles, they're strategically planted along the way. They're there for you because you are attracting them to you, because you are a miracle. You are the moon, the stars, the sun. You are the grass, the water, the trees. You are the earth, the sky. And Spirit says, so then why would you not expect a miracle? They are on this path, and they were on your previous path. Miracles are here for you. This genie, when I see this, I think of a genie giving someone 3 wishes, right? Use your wishes wisely. And Spirit says, the wishes that you throw out there are plentiful. They're not limited. The wishes that you put out into the universe, though they're not limited, they have to be real, and they have to be what your heart and soul truly feels worthy of, and that belongs with you. Spirit wants you to know you're not just limited. You are a being created to journey on and enjoy the experiences, to feel into the richness of the lessons learned, to acknowledge your own strength on this journey. sometimes traveling in the dark, feeling your way through, and sometimes traversing this path until you can't go anymore. And Spirit says that's okay, because then you get to relax, you get to feel into your solitude and hear your voice and hear the voice of your guides, see what you need to see, feel what you need to feel. We don't always have to be moving on this path. Part of the goodness is to stop and smell the roses. Anything else? Spirit, from the Sacred Traveler deck, please. Sometimes a light bulb goes on over our head and we realize something that we had never known before, or realized before, or seen before. It is in those moments where we grow, where we have a growth spurt, intellectually, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It's growth. And it is one more thing that we add to our cornucopia of blessings that we've received. Spirit says, this is it, the month. March is an interesting month. Take your first step. Move forward. Move with the flow of the current. Because do you see this path? How it's winding, and here there's a crop. There's crops to be harvested at some point. Along the way there are checkpoints. I'm telling you, along the way there are checkpoints in our path, in our journey. And it's meant to be that way because we need to know certain things along the way. We need to experience the moments of solitude so we can express our gratitude, so we can see what we've learned so far, so we can see our strength. We can applaud ourselves, and we could be thankful at the same time to the universe, to your divine creator, to your guides. Wow, this voice, I'm really feeling it well up in my throat. What else you got, Spirit? Yeah, see what I said? Journey by moonlight. Some of you are very powerful, energetically, spiritually, and you don't need your path to be illuminated all the time, because you know to trust your intuition, you know to trust your movements, your guidance. And here in that moonlight is magic, where the magic is, where it lives, where it springs up, where it sounds its horn for you. I can't make this up. These cards just one by one keep coming. Navigating by the stars. What do we do when we have no light in our homes due to a power outage or a storm or whatever, however that happens? We intuitively, instinctively find a way to see. Find a flashlight, light a candle. But Spirit says you're all those things. You are that light. You can navigate the stars, and it will take you to your truth. And your truth takes you to your bliss. You're moving forward on this path. And Spirit says, see the mountains in the distance? They look huge now. But once you get to them, you're not going to have a problem. You're expanding your horizons. You're coming out of that box, that shell, that cocoon. That reminds me of a Jack in the Box. If you remember those little toys, wind up toys, and then they pop out. Used to love those as a kid. This person coming out of their shell, their cocoon, their bubble is you. And if you see in the distance a sailboat, that's your boat. Your ship has come in. Your ship has come in to take you to whatever place you need to go, because you are in command. Walk in beauty, walk in grace, because that's who you are. There are so many experiences and blessings out there waiting for you, for us, to move forward into this beautiful space that we were meant to be in. Maybe you're not meant to be where you are anymore. I feel like some of you are disappointed because it could be a workspace, it could be a home space, it could be anything in your life, but hear me out. I feel like some of you are disappointed because things changed, either where you worked, in your home, in your city, whatever it is. Something isn't the same that you enjoyed at one time. And whatever isn't the same that you enjoyed at one time, it's okay, because it's opening up a door for you to move forward into something, a new experience, a new what am I trying to say here, Spirit? I heard place marker, a new place for you to plant your feet. Or maybe you're opening a new door to change the energy where you work. But where you work, where you reside, where whatever situation it is, Spirit is saying, you're opening up to this beautiful, wondrous plethora of change, opportunities. I'm seeing bouquets of flowers. Some of you, maybe you're opening up to a new relationship. Maybe you're getting married. But Spirit says it all changes in March. You're going to start feeling that energy if you're not feeling it already. That energy of peace and change and relief, okay? Somebody you knew is changing. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Somebody in your life is changing. Or someone you work with, or someone that you work closely with, a situation. They're not going to be able to fake it anymore, is what I'm hearing. And so that fakeness, or that identity that person built themselves up to be, they can't. The situation can't continue. Whatever this is, guys, whatever it means to you, it can't continue because they haven't been truthful and honest with themselves. And they haven't wanted anybody else to see their truth. So they've been hiding, and they can't any longer. It has something to do with this new moon, I'm telling you. It has something to do with the new moon. It has something to do with the full moon, which is, I think, next week. This coming week, I think. And whatever that is, this changing, it's fated. It's not your choice. Not their choice. So, I do think the full moon, this Thursday, March 13th, is when the full moon arrives, okay? So, between the full moon and the new moon, it's going to be interesting to see what changes are happening in a fated way, all right? There's a call to action. And so Spirit is saying, take action with passion, right? Don't just half-hearted go into something. I don't think you're capable of doing that. And I don't think the universe would. I think something is set in stone. It's your path forward. Is set in stone, right? for this chapter, things are kind of the way they are. And you're walking through that gate or portal or however you see that, like a newborn baby. With now you have the knowledge and experience as you go forward into something new. Yeah. And Spirit is saying your travel, you're going to be traveling lighter now. That heavy, dense energy that you have been feeling on your current path that's ending has been too much. It got to the point where it's like, okay, there is no more room for what doesn't belong here. So now it's time to lighten your load and simplify your life. That's what's happening, okay? What else, guys? Messages of the hidden realms. Oops. Messages of the hidden realms has a message for us. What do you have for us, guys? I see a beautiful energy. It's an earthy energy. It's a feminine energy. And it is a it's a queen-like energy. Almost an energy that it's like this new role for you. That's what I'm sensing here. It's what I'm feeling. A new role for you. Is it physical, spiritual? What is it? Spirit, tell us. Because we can't leave us hanging, please. Please don't leave us hanging. Okay. Yeah. There's a surprise coming. Okay? Because the Lady of Lightning is here. This Lady of Lightning brings in this energy of massive, surprising change. Okay? Sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Yeah. Some of you are going into some kind of role or something is happening that you are going to be very surprised by it. And I just was hearing myself ask the question, is it bad? And Spirit said, of course not. Well, you got to go there, Naomi. It's everything that happens that's fated is good for you, okay? Even though at the moment, if it's shocking, you might be afraid. It is something that is necessary to turn things around, to sort of straighten your path. Maybe someone got derailed on their path and Spirit is saying we're setting it straight now. So don't be upset. It might be shocking, but that's where your inner strength comes in. To put yourself back in balance and to move through those changes. Divine guidance is here, a higher knowing. Spirit's been whispering in your ear. You may be hearing these things while you sleep, or maybe you're unaware that they're there, but they're there. And Spirit has been whispering, your soul has been whispering. And it feels like you've sensed something, but you just weren't sure what it was. And Spirit is saying there was a reason you didn't know. It's because whatever it was that you have been sensing, you couldn't have full knowledge of it yet. You weren't supposed to, because it could have changed the whatever was going on behind the scenes to orchestrate this change for you, to sort of line up the pieces and parts that needed to be lined up without you interfering. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So Spirit is saying the spiral dancer, it feels like circuitous route and perception. It feels like the cycle, you're breaking that cycle, okay? Obviously, it's ending because it has to. Yeah. It's a perception that comes from within. It is for some of you, your cycle of misaligned perception in something is ending. And the spiral dancer kind of awakens, and sort of that energy sort of just shows you not so much where you were wrong in perceiving something, but it opens up a whole new way of looking at something. Okay? Yeah. A whole new way of looking at something. And I do want to say this. For all that's going on in our country, or in the United States, that does affect the world right now, try not to get dragged down into the daily, almost minute by minute updates, okay? On the current leadership. Don't get sucked into that viral world of it's anxious energy. It's in my opinion, there's a lot of energies that I don't want to be near. I don't want to say too much because I'm not gonna offend anyone. That's not why I'm here. That's not why what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say. But I think you get it. Just pace yourself with the news and information, okay? Be in your own truth right now. Worry about your own truth right now. I shouldn't say worry. Focus on your own truth right now, okay? I know it's hard because there's so much in your face every day. And it is a scary place right now. But Spirit says it's temporary. Just like all things are temporary, okay? Okay. Yeah. So, while things in the world are transforming, even though they don't look like they are, they look like they're going in a different direction. There is a transformational energy that is kicking in. And with this full moon and new moon, it's like the green light to kick off this what's the word I'm looking for? It's like coming in from, what's the analogy I'm trying to use? Maybe as a kid, playing outside all day, you got dirty, whatever, and your parents are there to say, okay, take those clothes off so you don't track stuff in the house. Let's get everything in the washing machine because you're filthy. And so Spirit is saying, so this transformational energy is super important for you to focus on your forward movement. Because if we focus on what's going on in the world right now, we're going to stifle our own energy, our own movement forward. We have to pay attention to our own needs right now, okay? What else, guys? What else? I do feel more harmony coming in for some of you. It feels like, but I'm sensing in someone's body, right? And I will say this. Let me just say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying, I can't prescribe what's going on in your body, but I can say energetically, I feel like there is some fine tuning or some need to do an overhaul on something in your body. Okay, something is changing. So I feel like it is sort of body, mind, spirit, that newness. Maybe new you physically. Maybe you want to change your appearance, or you want to lose weight, or eat healthier foods. So Spirit says it all goes hand in hand. Take care of yourself, because during this growing up, maturing spiritually, everything is needed here. Attention to your health, attention to your mental health, attention to nutrition, exercise, all of it. It's all here, all intertwined to sort of bring you into this new blossoming experience. Okay? Anything else, guides, with this deck? If not, we will move on to something else. I'm feeling kind of, what do you want, guys? Messages from the angels, okay? Messages from your angels. They're here for you, with you. As you mature, you grow, you transform, you exit and enter. Tell me. Tell us. What is it you want to say, angels? Yeah. What did I say? Yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. Settle into something that nurtures your soul, food for your soul. Yoga, exercise, whatever exercise that is that brings you joy, that heightens your intuitive, it opens up those channels, it opens up those blockages and keeps you moving forward in a lighter way, a more balanced way, okay? Be mindful of the chemicals that you put in your body that prohibit your intuitive experiences. Yeah. We have this angel Teresa here who is saying, time out. You've been so busy in this past chapter, right? Spirit's saying there's going to be a slight pause. Just quick for you to catch your breath after leaving a chapter, after leaving, I don't know, a job, a career, after moving out of your home, after some sort of major upheaval in your life. Spirit says, nurture yourself. Yes, get back on the road to look for something new if something new isn't lined up already. But Spirit says you don't need to worry so much, because something fated is set to open for you, okay? Now, I will say that some of you could have gone through some illness and you're recuperating now. And Spirit says the best is yet to come. Give yourself that time that you need to rest and rejuvenate, to clear your mind. Because this angel, she's saying, get ready, because something's coming in swift and you need your strength to sort of catch your breath when this thing happens, this beautiful thing for you. Okay? Some of you may even feel like, I'm going to use, I'll use the ocean. Every year I look forward to going to the beach for a week. I plan as far as a year ahead. I try to get my reservation in for a house every year. And I look forward to it because it is a time of relaxation and just being in the warmth and not having the demands of every day, not having to look at my clock every day, not having to deal with deadlines. It is my time for me. And Spirit says, listen, yes, but you do need to take more of that time. Doesn't have to be a week at a time, but you need to take those moments more than just once a year where you honor yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit by dislodging yourself from stressful, strenuous situations, even just temporarily. And you could hear your own voice. Okay. So we have Astara, right? An angel from the stars. And she's saying you deserve the best. Reach for the stars within your dreams and desires and don't compromise. Don't compromise. These next week and through the end of March, guys, you're blossoming. If you look at my logo, Blossoming Souls, the lotus flower as it opens up is you opening up to this newness, this goodness, moving forward. And while you could get emotional leaving behind something, the beauty of what lies ahead for you, it far outweighs that momentary feeling of nostalgia and maybe a little sadness. But Spirit says you're going to be so overjoyed with something new that you will barely notice that the discomfort of leaving something behind is with you. What else, guys? I can't believe we're almost an hour in. This is interesting. Yeah. You're going to have some time on your hands. It feels like some of you could be taking a forced vacation. Maybe some of you could be getting laid off, or there could be a change. Maybe your company shuts down for a week for some reason. But I feel like this time alone is beneficial and it's exactly what you need. Okay? Spend time alone in nature. Meditate. Think about your dreams and your desires, because Spirit's saying, this I feel like is a reminder. This time that you need will be a reminder of what you've been putting out there to the universe, because it's almost here. And Spirit wants to say, remember, you asked for this. So we're bringing it into your mental energy. We're bringing it up for you so you can remember what that was, because it's coming in. It's coming in. But that time alone, don't get scared, because I didn't mean to scare you saying that maybe you could have time off from your job. That isn't within your decision making. Maybe it's something that's happening right now. However, when one door closes, another one opens. So just know you will be taken care of. It'll be fine. You having that time, I'm telling you, I've been laid off, I've been let go from jobs, and I have valued the time that I had off in between jobs, because it's like a pressure valve, right? It's like a tea kettle. When that water boils, it whistles, and then when you lift that little tiny lid, it stops whistling because you're letting some of the pressure out. And Spirit's saying, you're so full of pressure right now from everything. You need to step back. And so this is something that's an event created for you so you can step back, so you can see, so you can hear, so you can feel, so you can grow. This message is just about over, guys. So I apologize for the lengthiness of it, but when Spirit talks, and I'm not going to interrupt. I'm not going to stop it short. It is what it is. Okay, we have Shanti. I am the angel of peace, and I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. There you go. There you go. What more can I say? Except thank you, Spirit, for bringing in this good news, these messages. The peace and tranquility ahead makes your path smoother. Okay? I seeing the color red this week, or today, and it's very significant to some change in your life. Know that. You might want to wear red, ruby, red clothes, or something red, especially around the time of the moon, which, what did I say that was? The 13th, I think I said. Let's see here. I think I said the 13th. Yeah. 13th, 14th, 15th is what I'm hearing. Wear something or have a healing stone with you, a ruby, a garnet, something. Red is the shit. Meaning red is where it's at for 3 days. Don't know why, but I'm just telling you what I hear and feel and sense. So it doesn't have to be worn on the outside. You could have undergarments that are red. You could have a ring or jewelry that's red. You could have a healing stone that you take with you. Whatever it is, red has some sort of significance in this change in your life. This change in movement. This opening of the gate. Whatever it is. The Sacred Destiny cards opened up for me, so I'm going to open up to you with that real quick. Thank you for staying with me throughout this long message, but it is necessary. This is the promise. You will be thriving. Look at that. You are leagues ahead, rising above whatever was. The majesty, the stature of this giraffe is symbolic of your stature, your strength, your energy, your growth. You are in the throes of some sort of rising up. Okay? Thank you. It's going to be the last card. Go with it. Enjoy it. Be in it. Be with it. Be it. Whatever that it is. And as I said, you are that moon. Larger than life. So when that new moon hits this week, I'm going to try to, I was going to say, do some sort of breathing exercise or some sort of something momentous, something that brings you closer to the energy of that moon. Because if you're like me, I don't stay awake too long at night. But it is really important to sort of capture the energy of that moon. Feel it. Breathe it. Open yourself up to the goodness of what it's offering. Open yourself up to you. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. And I have a feeling that there's something that I might need to say, or Spirit might need to say midweek to you guys. So until then, go with love, go with light, go with peace. We'll do the tuning fork one last time as we exit this reading, thanking Spirit for everything, for the message, for helping us find our way, for the encouragement and the love. I am here for you always. Feel free to reach out to me if you need something. I'm here. Namaste.